Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me today for an episode that I'm going to dub Cards from Friends. We're going to look at a bunch of awesome new additions to my collection today, all of which are somehow related, either directly or indirectly, to my hobby network and my relationships that I've formed with all of the great fellow collectors I've encountered over time. And I have up in the background some cards from Friends to look at as I got through the intro here. And we're going to look at both, direct cards from Friends and indirect cards from Friends. And we're going to start off, I'm just going to get right down to it. I have a lot to get to today, and I tend to ramble. We're going to start off with an apology. I owe a much overdue and very sincere apology to my friend Doug over at Don't Talk to Robots. He sent me this card weeks back, and I've mentioned it's the excuse I'm going with. It's not a good one. But I had a really crazy month of May, and so I am weeks behind in getting to this and showcasing this on the channel. And not like 1 or 2 weeks, but like 6 or 8 weeks. So Doug, I sincerely apologize for the delay. It is in no way a reflection of my appreciation for you sending these to me. I'm pumped for whatever's in here, and I'm just excited to have this. And I apologize that it took me so long to get this up on the channel, especially when you were kind enough to go out of your way to send something over to my collection here. So let's take a look at the card. We have a nice note inside. Hey Shane, thanks for your support of our channel. You are voted, and then in quotes, #1 channel that gets me to purchase a card from a set I have never heard of over here. Hopefully some of these cards will fit in your PC. Keep on rocking, Doug at Don't Talk to Robots. Doug, that's hilarious, and I consider that a compliment. I'm gonna wear that proudly. Happy to have motivated you to pick up some cards from sets you'd never heard of. To me, that's one of the great things about the YouTube card community is just the learning that goes on and the exposure to things you may not see otherwise. Doug, as he typically has done in the past, included a sweet Don't Talk to Robots sticker. And he did not send this package in December. I'm not that far behind, but I think he had some leftover holiday stickers and included this, which I appreciate. This is one of a handful now that I have of Don't Talk to Robots stickers, believe it or not. And I do hang on to and collect them because Doug does an amazing job with the logos and with the production value on these stickers. So happy to have a new one for that collection. And then it looks like, oh, this is so cool. We got 4 new cards here for the PC. I'm gonna go through them kind of quick because I have some graded cards to get to close out the video. But here's a killer Trevor Story from Panini Revolution. Some type of a parallel here with like crazy foil work in the background. Look at those stars. Just so cool. Guessing this is from Chronicles Baseball. It is 2022 Panini Chronicles. That's a set that has numerous designs included on the checklist, one of which is Revolution. Don't know what parallel this is, but I love the shine, Doug. It's unfortunate what's happened with Trevor's injuries here in his time with Boston, but great card nonetheless. And then this one is so thoughtful. So I was aware of this card actually because I saw it on Doug's channel. It's a buyback card, 1974 Topps Danny Cater, and it's a Heritage Box Topper buyback. Now, this is awesome. Doug knows I love buybacks, and he picked this card out for me at a card show that he was at, if I'm recalling correctly. I believe I saw this on his channel on the card show recap video and bought it just to send to me. And the thought of, I know this happens all the time in the hobby, but I still appreciate it so much every time. The thought of a collector halfway across the country at a card show on his weekend time, finding something that he knows is a fit for my collection, and then going out of his way to buy it and mail it to me, it's just mind-blowing and just, another example of the extreme generosity that exists in this hobby. I always try to give back what I can and send out as many care packages as I can manage, but I feel like however much I do, I'm always on the receiving end even more than I'm on the giving end, and just so generous of you, Doug, to include this. And we'll see if it makes the buyback Franken set in slot 543. I've had a couple of requests to do an updated Franken set video, so hopefully now that things are slowing down a little bit for the summer, I can work that in. This next one is awesome. This is the one card of the 4 it looks like that I already have, but I don't care because it's so sentimental that I'll take multiple versions of it from the 1990 Topps release. It's the Bart Giamatti Commissioner card. And this, honestly, seeing this card as many times as I see it, doesn't matter, instantly transports me back to like sitting around my kitchen table with my two younger brothers in the spring of 1990, ripping packs of this stuff. And this card was just so notable as like an outlier in the set. Like it's clear, I was a 7-year-old at the time, so I didn't know too much about baseball, but it's clear that he's not a baseball player. And I was just fascinated by what this card represented. Of course, Bart died tragically shortly into his tenure as commissioner of Major League Baseball. And I love that there's a tribute card to him in the 1990 Topps release. I think he has a Donruss card that same year as well. But to me, it's all about 90 Topps. That is like an absolute nostalgia home run, Doug. And then lastly, this is like a really insane card. This is too much, and I just don't even know what to say. This player has been red hot at the time that I'm recording this. One of my favorites and the guy for the Red Sox right now, Rafi Devers. This is an Allen and Ginter Chrome Gold Refractor from 2020. Man, this is a third year Rafi Devers card. Chrome Gold numbered to 50. And I love like the effect behind him here. Kind of the stippling in the background. Just looks gorgeous. Like this is way too kind, Doug. And I just don't even know what to say. I'm somewhat speechless, which doesn't happen to me often on this channel. Those of you that have tuned in before will know that, but that card is so fantastic that I'm almost at a loss for words. Like a top 5 current player of mine and somebody whose modern stuff I collect actively, and a card that I didn't have, Gold 50, just absolute home run. Extreme generosity. Thank you so much, Doug. And once again, for the last time, my sincere apologies on the length of time that it took me to get to that card and feature it here on the channel. I appreciate you so much. And in the event that anyone watching this is not familiar with Don't Talk to Robots, please check the link below. Head over and give Doug a sub. His channel is so much fun, and his collection is really fantastic as well. So thank you, Doug. Now moving on to other ways, less direct ways, or in some cases maybe equally direct, that friends have added to my collection. In some cases, I've just bought cards from hobby friends and from YouTube friends. And I did that again recently with somebody that I've bought from before, my pal Jason over at Contrarian Cards here on YouTube. We have very similar collecting styles, only he has I would say, a higher turnover rate in terms of selling cards from his collection. And so that makes his eBay store the perfect place for me to keep an eye out because he is constantly tempting me by listing just amazing cards that are right up my alley. I bought just one card from him this time, but he was kind enough to include this bonus card. Check this out. This is from the Throwback Thursday online release, the Princess Leia. And this is done in the 1977 Topps baseball design, which is significant, of course, because 1977 is the year that the first Star Wars film, A New Hope, came out in theaters. So Jason threw this in gratis. I had no idea this was coming, and it's right up my alley. He knows that. Jason has the best Star Wars collection of anyone I know, and has motivated me indirectly in many ways to pick up Star Wars cards for my PC. So thank you for the throw-in. Just, again, the generosity in this community and this hobby is just, it never ends, it seems like. As far as the card that I actually bought from Jason, he gave me a really good, solid price off eBay on this, which I think benefited both of us. It's a parallel I've shown quite a bit recently, Independence Day. In this case, it is the 2023 Mookie Betts. He had probably, I would say, his second best season to date last year in 2023. Was close to winning a second MVP and had, just an incredible WAR on the year. Looks like he's maybe going to approach that this year while playing shortstop, which is, absolutely bananas. So 2024 may overtake 2023 as his second best season. But I love this parallel. I will take any Mookie Betts in Independence Day that I don't already own. The fact that Jason had already gotten this one graded came back as a fine 9, my personal favorite grade for modern cards. Love the kind of the bargain price that a PSA 9 affords versus, the visual appeal. I mean, I can't really tell the difference. I'm not one to closely inspect my cards like with a loop or really even look them over that closely, to be honest with you. So to me, this is fantastic. And yeah, just an example of, again, having a hobby network. Sure, anybody could buy that card on eBay, but the fact that I am friendly with Jason and know him and have a connection to him, we were able to communicate off eBay and probably save him some fees and me a little bit of money as well. And it was really a win-win scenario. So Jason, thank you so much. Solid, quick shipping as always, and that bonus throw-in is just very much appreciated. Next, have a couple of more indirect ways to close out the video that friends have added to my collection. And this one is more from a motivational or inspirational standpoint. So I have a couple of friends in the hobby, Dylan over at Double D Vintage Baseball Cards and Adam over at Vintage Sanctuary, both of whom are collecting, or kind of super collecting, 2022 Topps Aaron Judge cards in tribute to his breaking the American League home run record previously held by Roger Maris. And I share their interest in collecting that kind of feat. And in fact, I've already kind of built out some collections in the past of cards revolving around that. I've decided I'm not going to take the same approach as those two. Adam, I think, is strictly going for 2022 Topps card number 99 with the same image on it and trying to get parallels of just that card. And he had a great idea. He wanted to get 62 different versions of that card as a tribute to that number. And I think he's approaching maybe his 62nd birthday in a few years, and wanted to kind of between now and then build that collection. And I was so motivated. I thought that was really a fantastic idea. And I've kind of adopted that, and I'm growing my own Judge collection. And I'm not going to stick strictly to that one card, but I would like to collect eventually 62 cards of varying rarity and expense that pay tribute to the home run feat. And I have one that I picked up here today that's really, in my opinion, kind of a banger. And it's going to go nice with this Rafi Devers from 2023 Topps Chrome. Got the gold refractor numbered to 50 in a PSA Fine 9. Of course, this is the season after he hit the 62 home runs infamously, which was in 2022. But what's great about that, this card has, to me, the same appeal as like the 1962 Roger Maris, in that when you flip it over, of course, right on the bottom of the stat line, you have the 62 home runs and 131 RBIs, both pacing the league, and also the 10+ WAR season last year. So I love seeing that epic season right on the back of this. And then Topps was intelligent enough, I really give them credit for this, to give him card number 62 on the checklist, which to me just kind of adds to the cool factor of this one. So even though this is from the following year, that's kind of what I mean in terms of I'm going to take a more vague approach to building out my collection. So I'm definitely going to borrow Adam's idea. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. And I'm going to build out a 62 card collection paying tribute to Judge's home run feat. Only my definition will be a little bit looser, and I can include cards like this one that just kind of reference it in an indirect way. So this is a pickup that was highly influenced, even though I've been buying Judge cards for a while. This particular buy, I was really motivated by those recent videos, especially by Adam showing off his run, and went out and picked this one up. And then the last card that I have for today, this is the lowest numbered card we've seen in today's video. Lower than Independence Day at 76, lower than Topps Gold at 50. We have a card here that I was tipped off to by a hobby friend, my good buddy Eric over at Those Back Pages, when I was actually away from home, staying up in Boston for a conference for work, and late one night got a text before I got back to my room with a link from Eric, a card that he knows I collect, and one had popped up, a different variation at a really reasonable price point. And so he took the time out of his evening to shoot that my way. And again, just an example of friends improving your collections. I had not seen this on my own, and it was listed at such a good price that I immediately smashed by it now. From the 2023 Topps Chrome Sapphire release, this is the AL Home Run Leaders card. So again, pairs really nicely with the 2023 Judge, from the same year on the same design. This is the card that really honors him directly for hitting the 62 home runs. And this is the orange Sapphire. numbered to 25. You can see here, this is copy 5 of 25 and already graded in a PSA 9, same as the Mookie Betts and the Aaron Judge that we saw. Just fantastic. Did not think I would take this rainbow to this extent because I thought I would probably be priced out on these types of cards. I do have the gold numbered to 50 of this Sapphire card, but I didn't think I would ever get one scarcer. And I'm just immensely grateful to Eric for taking the time to send that link over and to make the connection that this would be a card that I would love to own. I will take any versions of this card that I don't already have. Love working on this rainbow. I just think it's a really important modern baseball card, and pumped to have another. So that's the final card. This one definitely went a little bit longer than I've been trying to keep them, so I appreciate it if you stuck it out to the end and spent a few extra minutes here checking out these pickups that are motivated by my friends here in the hobby. So thank you so much. I'll be back soon with some more content, and until then, keep enjoying collecting. Take care.